Where's my mom? Is she okay?
I don't know where she is. Allison kept the phone away from me.
No.
Oh, I have to call the police and tell them Allison was here.
No.
Sure, I'll do that. Any idea where she was headed?
Not a clue.
I hope my mom's okay. What, did Allison hurt her?
No.
So what's wrong? She's okay then, right?
No, Jess. She's not okay.
Hello, Nikki. What a pleasant surprise. Allison Perkins in the flesh. Help! Help! You really want to draw attention to yourself, Nikki?
Oh, thank goodness. Matthew is in great hands.
Good. All right, now that you're all checked out, let's get you out of here.
What a night. Huh?
Well, actually, it's not over yet, because I am going to get you out of Landview until Lindsay's locked up again.
Oh, wait a minute, Troy.
No, no buts. We're going. Now, let's go. Come on.
Hey. Are you all right?
Well, let's see. I mean, there's an escaped convict on the loose that would like to see us both dead, and I almost drowned to death in the Lantano River tonight with the woman I love. But yeah, other than that, I'm basically fine.
Okay, I'm taking that as a no.
No, Nora. This is serious. I almost lost you tonight.
But you didn't. I'm here. We're together.
But that doesn't take away what happened.
It's okay, though. You gotta calm down.
Yeah, well, I just can't believe that Blair was trying to break us up.
Well, no, let's just forget about Blair.
Look, she had you wandering around that bridge in the middle of the night.
Well, I really think that had a lot more to do with my car troubles.
Yeah, well, either way, when I am finished with Blair, she is not even going to dream of ever interfering in our lives again.
I think you got your chance.
I know what you're thinking.
You do?
You're thinking about everything that's happened.
Yeah, it's pretty hard not to.
So incredible. My mom escapes from prison, and now Mrs. Davidson isn't really Mrs. Davidson, and she tries to kill my uncle. And then on top of all that, there was the fire.
I'm really glad you're okay.
Thanks to you.
No, thanks to Al. He's the one that saved you.
But you're the only one who makes me feel truly safe.
I want to be.
You do.
You know, I gotta tell you, it's pretty amazing the way you've been handling all this stuff.
Well, it's a lot easier now that I know that I was so off base about you and Natalie. I mean, if I thought something was still going on between you two, I'd be a wreck right now.
Look, Jen, about Natalie and me.
I know. She needed you, and you helped her. Obviously, she really did need you.
Yeah, but there's something else.
Hey, can this just be about us tonight? The fire marshal says that the fire was a definite case of arson. Why would somebody want to set a fire in my room?
Yeah, I was wondering if you guys had any new leads on who may have set the Rappaport fire. I'm a friend of the family. No, I don't have any information. I'm sorry, I have a call on my other line.
Okay, so I'm Nikki Smith. So what, huh? You know what? I shoved Vicky's hubby right out the window. Ain't gonna have no trouble getting rid of you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. Now move it, because I'm out of here.
Not so fast. We've got a score to settle.
Roxy's usually planted right there on that couch. Where'd she go, Dad?
I don't know. I don't care. Let's you and me enjoy this moment. Don't ask any questions.
I don't know. She's got to be planning something.
I talked to her earlier. I made it very clear I wasn't happy to hear from her. I think I may be wearing her down.
Yeah, I don't mean to burst your bubble, Pop, but I don't think she's going to go without a fight.
Hey, power of positive thinking there, Sparky. You know, maybe I'll be lucky and she'll never come back. In the meantime, I think you and I should hit the town to celebrate my newfound freedom.
No, I don't feel much like celebrating.
You want to talk about it, son?
No, it's nothing. It's just a rough day, you know? I just want to go and take a shower and forget all about it.
Hey, Max, where's my son, the hero? Woo! Oh, don't front, you.
Mom, what do you mean, hero?
What? You haven't told him yet?
Well, obviously not.
It's really no big deal, Dad.
What do you mean it's no big deal? Are you kidding?
Would one of you like to tell me what you're talking about?
Oh, don't worry about it, Max. Al didn't tell me either. I have to read it on the wire at the banner.
Oh.
Read what?
There was a terrible fire at Sam Rappaport's
don't.
tonight.
Please.
And in a great feat of extraordinary bravery, our son flew through the fire and saved Jen Rappaport's life.
Is that right, son? You saved Jen's life?
Like I said, it really wasn't a big deal.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, would you stop with all this modesty?
You should be proud.
The wire service said that the fire was started by an arsonist. Isn't that dreadful?
They didn't say that they had any suspects, did they?
No, they didn't. But I tell you what, I can guarantee you Bo will find out who the arsonist is. You can count on that.
You have to get someone to Roxanne Balsam's house right away.
What's Roxy up to this time? Drunk and disorderly again?
This is a matter of life or death.
What's your name, kiddo?
Natalie Balsam.
Oh, Roxy's kid.
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with Roxy. It's about my mother.
What, I thought Roxy was your mother.
Well, yes and no, but it's really complicated.
I got time.
No, you don't. You don't understand. Okay, my mother, my real mother, Victoria Davidson, she's at Roxy's place right now, except for she's really Nikki, and she's extremely dangerous. So if you guys don't get someone there right away, she's gonna get away.
You lost me, cutie.
Okay, Vicky has DID. Split personality.
Oh.
And Vicky's really Nikki, and this Nikki tried to kill her husband, frame me for it. Well, look, I knocked her out, but she's gonna wake up.
You got any identification?
No, I dropped my purse outside of Roxy's. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. You've got to get someone there now.
Jess, your mother's sick.
What's wrong?
It's DID. She split again. Nikki Smith has been in control for months now. She's the one who pushed me out the window.
What? No, she would never let anyone hurt you, not even Nikki Smith.
What your mother told me, it doesn't work that way.
Ben, no, there's no way. She's been integrated for years. And besides, I'd know if she was somebody else.
You know, I knew something was wrong. I guess I just didn't want to see it, but come on, just think about it. The signs were there. Your mother hasn't been herself for a while now.
You guys all right?
She was so rude to you, wasn't she? She wasn't herself at all.
No big deal.
No, it is a big deal. Ben, what are we gonna do?
No. Dr. Davidson has no idea where Allison Perkins was headed when she left.
I need to see Vicky right away.
He's not here.
Then I need to see Ben. Ben, I just heard about Allison Perkins. She escaped?
She sure did.
Oh, God. This is all my fault. It is. I got her released from St. Anne's. Jessica, I don't even know what to say to you.
You know what, Ray? We have more serious things to deal with right now.
Ben, you have to be wrong. My mom has been integrated for years. It took her a while, but she did it. I mean, Nikki Smith is completely gone.
I wish that were true.
What? How could this have happened? How could Nikki Smith get out?
It is because of me. I freed them both. score. I got no score to settle with you. You're my hero.
Well, you're not mine.
Yeah, well, that's a shame, because you're mine. See, you came back like out of nowhere after all those years, begging St. Victoria to forgive you. Like it was gonna make a difference. And you got her all upset and gave me exactly what I was waiting for. See, Vicky got all worried because she thought she couldn't tell her kid from somebody else's kid, you know? The more worried she got, the stronger I got. I'm her protector.
You know, I almost feel sorry for her.
What are you, nuts? No offense. She had a great life, you know? Now it's my turn. Thanks to you, I'm not stuck inside her any longer, see? So, like I said, I owe you big time.
You're not going anywhere. Vicky owes me, and she's gonna pay.
Yeah, well, take it up with her.
You know, everything bad that ever happened to me in my life was because of Vicky. If I hadn't tried to help her, I never would have gotten hit by that car. I spent years of my life in hospital beds, in a coma. And when I finally woke up, they treated me like I was some kind of nut job.
Yeah, well, if the shoe fits,
And then that sniveling little Jessica who should be kissing my feet because I got her away from Roxy. Precious little Princess Jessica gets me sent to Statesville.
But you're out. You know that you're out. Bygones.
Dave.
Who?
I lost Dave. The only man I ever cared about. Besides my daddy. I lost him because all he could see was Vicky, Vicky, Vicky.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not Vicky. I'm Nikki.
Ah, so what? Same face, same body. You know what? I haven't forgotten how you tried to strangle me in that courthouse ladies' room.
For God's sakes, I was kidding with you. Lighten up a little. Hey, Vicky's gone. We won.
No. She's still inside of you. Which means if you die, Vicky goes with you. I'll have my revenge.
You stupid idiot. You already had your revenge on Vicky. You don't even know it.
Nora. Troy? Actually, I'm here to look for Sam. What's wrong?
I took an unscheduled dip in the Lantana River tonight, that's all.
What?
She almost died tonight, Blair.
But you... I just saw you before.
When I was leaving your house, my car broke down, and I walked across the bridge to get some help, and the car came up. I was trying to flag it down, and it ended up running me off the road.
And into the river.
My God, the river, that's horrible.
Yeah, and you know something else? She would have never been anywhere near that bridge if she was at home where she was supposed to be, Blair.
You're saying all this happened after you were at my house, after you confronted me about what I did?
Yeah, right after your plan to make me look unfaithful fell through. Don't you worry, Nora filled me in on everything.
You did?
Of course I did.
Look, I never wanted anyone to be hurt physically.
No, of course not. You just, what, wanted to ruin our relationship, that's all, right?
That's right. He's right.
I know he's right. Yeah, so what happened with you and Todd and the pain you went through? Why would you ever want to inflict that on anyone else?
Look, it was wrong, and I'm very sorry.
Funny how things go bad real quick when you mess with other people's lives, Blair.
Look, none of that was supposed to happen. I just wanted to make everybody happy, and then I got all turned around. The whole plan was a big mistake, and I swear if I could take it back, I would. If I could take back a lot of things, I would. You two will probably never be able to forgive me, and I understand. Why should you? Everything that I did, lying, coming on to you, planting the motel key. Sounds like a lot of things that Todd would do, and I know what it feels like to be lied to. And I wouldn't wish that on anyone, yet here, I went ahead and did that. Nor what you said before, about how I was playing with other people's lives just because mine was a mess. You're right. My life will never be back together again, and my family will never be back together again, and I tried to fix yours. I thought somehow it would make me feel better.
And Troy, you've been wonderful to my little girl, and this is how I repay you by ruining your life. But Sam is probably my only friend in the world, and he obviously doesn't need anybody to fix his life. I'm the one that needs him and mine. Look, you all, I've been a horrible person these last few weeks, and I am very, very sorry.
Blair, if you just had...
You've got to help me. My mother's life is at stake.
My hands are tied, lady. All my manpower's tied up tracking those two lady cons who escaped from Statesville. Write out the particulars, and I'll send a couple uniforms over to Roxy when I can.
No, that's not good enough.
But take it or leave it, miss.
Who do I need to talk to around here to get some help?
Well, I don't know, but feel free to use the phone.
Okay, if I had the change to use the phone, do you think I would have run all the way over here?
Here you go. Knock yourself out.
I need to speak with Commissioner Buchanan, please. Okay, is Antonio Vega there? All right, thank you. Pen. I got a warm pen. Get off the phone! Ah! Okay, think. Natalie, think. All right, someone's got to get over there before Nikki wakes up.
Look, Jen, whoever started that fire wasn't trying to hurt you.
Still,
you don't even live there anymore.
It was my room, though.
But nobody knows that.
My dad says it might have been some disgruntled client or something.
Does he have any idea who?
I don't think so. But that still doesn't explain why Natalie's keys in it up there.
Yeah, that is weird.
But whatever, I mean, she didn't do it, and now her own mother is making her think she's a murderer. I mean, no wonder she needed you to talk to.
Yeah, she actually believed she was guilty. I have to keep telling her she wasn't.
So how did you know for sure?
Come on, Jen. I mean, I know you're not crazy about Natalie, but you don't think she's a killer, do you?
No, I guess not. I'm glad you were there for her.
You are?
Yeah. Now that I know the whole story, I am. I mean, I was a jerk. I don't want to be like that again. Can you forgive me for not trusting you?
Jen, come on. I mean, I didn't tell you what was going on.
I know, but I love you. I should trust you no matter what.
And I should have told you what Natalie was going through. I should have trusted you to keep it a secret.
That whole DID thing, I mean, if I were Natalie, I wouldn't want everybody to know I had it.
Well, she doesn't have it.
I know.
Jen, look, there's something I need to tell you. Hold on a second. Hello?
Hey, I need your help, Christian. I tried to reach Bo and he wasn't there.
Are you all right?
It's about Nikki. She's at Roxy's place. Look, I knocked her out, but somebody's got to stop her.
All right, where are you now?
The Atlantic City PD. And no one here believes me.
Okay, Natalie, calm down. And stay where you are. I'm going to go to the LPD and make sure somebody listens to me. I'm leaving now. Okay, bye. I gotta go.
What revenge are you talking about?
When you took Vicky's brat away from her?
I thought if I told Vicky she'd raised the wrong kid, it would completely destroy her. But no. She wound up with 2 rich kids instead of 1. And I got nothing. No. Everybody hates me because of her. But I learned my lesson. You can't trust anybody. What are you laughing at?
You don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. Not you. Not Miss Vicky. Just me.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that, Vicky Nicky. Because that's the last laugh you're ever gonna get.
hang on a sec here. You know, like shooting me ain't gonna bring you back your precious Dave, and it ain't gonna get you back the time you spent sleeping it off in the hospital.
So what?
Hey, you want money, right? Whacking me is gonna send you right back to jail. You'd be sitting there with all the other deviants, making license plates for 50 cents an hour.
That's if they catch me, which they won't.
Of course they're gonna catch you. Somebody's gonna hear the shot. The cops will be here in no time, and when Big Bad Bo finds out, he's gonna hunt you down like a dog, because you are already on the lam.
Your point?
Okay, my point is, if you shoot me, you're back at square one, right? You're gonna be back to being a lab rat sitting in a stinky little cage. Is that what you want?
It'll be worth it.
No, it won't. No. Hey, I got a better idea. You and me, Thelma and Louise.
You want to drive over a cliff?
No, not that part, no. Just two really, like, dangerous minds. It's better than one.
I don't need any excess baggage.
Excess baggage? Thanks a lot. Oh, Allison, will you think for a second? The cops are already looking for both of us, right? But separately. If we join forces, we can make a run for it. We get twice the chance to get off scot-free. We got a new life. Hello, here we come.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
But I like mine better. You know, you really got to hand it to Ray. I mean, first she was so thrilled to get me that unconditional release from St. Anne's, and then she got me this gun.
But I know I put Nikki back in. I'm sure of it.
What are you talking about, Ray?
Vicky came to see me back in March.
What?
Ben, I wanted her to tell you. I tried, but she was so adamant about keeping it a secret.
What was wrong with her?
She was having nightmares about Nikki Smith. Nikki was tormenting her about something or a secret.
What secret, Ray?
Vicky didn't know. She was afraid. She was a little confused. She came to see me. She wanted to make contact with Nikki so she could find out what it was.
Oh, contact her how? Tell us, Ray.
I hypnotized Vicky. I brought Nikki out so I could talk to her.
What? Are you... My mother went through hell to get integrated. How could you bring one of her alters out?
Jessica, it's what your mother wanted.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you tell her no?
There were controls. I embedded a stopgap suggestion.
Well, it didn't work. Because Nikki came out and she didn't go back in. We've been living with this woman for months. She tried to kill me.
No, that can't be.
What are you talking about?
My mother has DID. It's multiple personalities.
Whoa, seriously? Very.
The woman you've known since you've been here, my mother, she isn't my mother.
That's why when I kept telling you and Natty about all the stuff that Mrs. Davidson did, you kept telling me that it really wasn't her, right?
Well, apparently Vicky hasn't been herself since Ray let Nikki out. In March.
5 months? Even if my mom gets help, will she ever be herself again?
Before that nutcase tries to finish me off.
To Mama.
Go for it, girl.
First thing tomorrow morning, I intend to ask Vicky to put your picture on the front page.
No, Mom, please don't do that.
Al, this is what people want to read about these days. A positive story, right? Somebody doing a good deed.
Mom, I didn't do anything that anybody else wouldn't have done.
Running into a burning building? Most of the losers around this town would have dialed 911 and started a weenie roast.
It's a very callous thing to say.
Call me cynical.
Look, Mom, I didn't save Jen's life so that I could get my picture in the paper.
That's right. You did it because you're a good person. And when you saw someone was in trouble, you helped.
Sweetheart, just let us brag about you for a day or so.
It's proof your mother and I did something right. I don't know how, but we raised a young man with a good, strong sense of responsibility.
Can everybody just stop talking about this now, please? Please? Please.
I'll get that.
What is wrong?
Nothing is wrong. I just, I want to take a shower and forget all about this. So if you're going...
I know exactly what's going on.
Hello.
Max, you gotta help me.
Jen told us about the fire. I'm so glad she's all right.
She'll be fine.
Well, I guess we should get going.
Yes, we should.
You actually sound like you meant that.
I did, Troy.
I'm willing to forgive you for Star's sake. This better be the end of it.
It is. I swear that it is. It will never, ever happen again. I promise you. Nora? Do you think you could forgive me?
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you both very much. I'm glad Jen's okay. I mean, that's why I'm here. I heard about the fire, and I just came here to make sure that you were okay. But I can see that you're okay, so I'm gonna go. Sam, I'm sorry. I thought... Look, I know that doing this behind your back, that you were the one that was hurt the most. And look, I was just trying to help. I was just trying to make you happy. But you're never going to be able to forgive me, are you?
Blair. Wait.
Max, baby, are you there?
Yeah?
I'm in big trouble. You gotta save me.
Oh, what? Your big makeover was a disaster, so now you're trying to get my attention by playing the victim? Well, forget it.
I'm not playing.
Yeah, well, I'm not playing, and I'm not playing your game, Roxy. Not now, not ever.
We both know that you're still in love with Jen, and that you would do anything to win her over, so it wouldn't surprise me in the least if you did something foolish.
Yeah, but I didn't want her to get caught in that fire.
No, of course you didn't want her to, but she did. And you saved her life. So you're hoping that she'll see the light and come rushing back into your arms because of it.
Look, you have to listen to me.
One more word out of you and I'm gonna lock you up. I dare you.
No. Got here as soon as I could.
Look, you were the last person I wanted to call, but I couldn't get a hold of anyone else.
Don't worry, I'm gonna help you now, okay?
I can't believe that you drove all the way over here.
I told him we should come.
Jen.
I want to help, too. It's the least I can do after the way I treated you.
We went to the Llanview PD.
And?
It's not their jurisdiction. But since they're out here looking for Nikki, they notified these guys to go to Roxy's.
Now do you believe me?
Corey, Roberts, we got a confirm from LPD about a fugitive in the area.
Look, I know where she lives. I can take you there.
Is the suspect armed?
No, but she's extremely dangerous. Come on.
That's Ray Cummins' gun?
Nice of her to lend it to me, isn't it? Ah, poor old Ray. She'd just curl up and die if she knew she'd provided me with a safe house and food and a change of clothing and a way to get rid of Vicky forever.
Yeah. Go ahead, do it.
Any last words before you say bye-bye?
Yeah. It ain't gonna happen, babe. Ray Cummings told me about that gun. Some crazy patient of hers gave it to her for protection. She hates the thing. That's why she put it away.
Is this a long story?
You can't shoot anybody with it, stupid. It ain't loaded. See? Guess you're right. It's gonna be bye-bye. Just not quite the bye-bye you thought it was gonna be, right?
Yeah, I'm not letting you go anywhere.
Will you let me?
My daughter almost died tonight.
Well, thank God she didn't.
We were lucky.
and it reminded me of what's important. Family, love, and friends. You've always been a good friend to me, Blair.
No, I haven't.
Well, I disagree. I mean, your actions were atrocious, but what you did it because you cared for me and because you want me to be happy.
Does that mean you don't hate me?
Oh, I could never hate you, Blair.
Oh, I don't know. I have this way about me.
Would you do something for me? Would you take a good, long look at your life and really try to come to terms with the way things are?
Sam,
Now, I've been there, Blair, and I know it hurts, but you've got to do it. I mean, otherwise, you're never going to get over Todd. It's the only way you're going to be able to love someone again.
I'll think about it.
Very impressed with you, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, how you forgave Blair.
Well, people make mistakes. The way I see it, as long as they're sorry and they sincerely want to make up for what they did, you have to give them another chance. Some people don't get that chance.
No, wait, there's no reason to assume that Vicky can't be brought back with proper therapy.
Proper therapy? This never would have happened.
I knew what I was doing,
Well, apparently
man.
you didn't, Ray, and I think you should leave now.
Jessica, I am sorry. Really.
The police are out looking for Allison. What do we do now? Should we look for Mrs. Davidson?
You know what? I think we should hold off and let the police handle it.
I can't believe my mother pushed you out a window.
She didn't. She didn't, all right? Nikki Smith did this. She's done it all. She's the one who set up Natalie. She's the one who tried to kill me. Your mother wasn't involved in this, not for a second.
No, come on. How could this have happened? My mother cannot be gone.
Hey, she's not gone. We're gonna find her and we're gonna bring her back. I promise you, we're gonna get her the help she needs.
What if we can't?
We will, I promise you. Whatever it takes.
Maybe you're gonna be sorry because my hyper-bukkakis is gonna set in. Maybe I'm not gonna be able to find my way back here.
Nah. Jen almost died tonight. You realize that, right? And you think that I want to use that to get her back?
Yes, because you're my son and we think alike, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, I'm not that pathetic or desperate.
Al, I know what it's like to love someone so desperately that you'll do
anything.
But it doesn't work.
You're way off base here.
Am I?
Yes, but I could save Jen 1,000, 1,000,000 times. It wouldn't change a thing. I've lost her. I've lost everything. The only thing I have left to lose now is my soul.
Oh, you have the rest of your life. For God's sakes, Al, surely there's part of you that knows this.
Leave me alone, Mom.
Why? Why should I leave you alone so that you can go back into another burning building and do something else idiotic?
Oh, what happened to my son, the hero?
Don't even do that, because we're talking about your motivation now.
I want to take a shower. Are you going?
You may not believe this today, but you will love again. And you will be loved in return, the right way. I'm certain of it. As certain as I am that Beau is going to find this arsonist.
Maybe they'll make it easy for him. Maybe they'll turn themselves in.
Check the back. All clear. I'm gonna have a look around outside.
No sign of anyone here, miss.
My mom's car's still in the driveway.
What about the other vehicle?
It's Roxy's old junker.
Okay, you three stay put till we give you all clear. All right. That's weird. And your mom's gone, but her car's still here.
Maybe she's still around here somewhere.
Do you have any idea where she might have gone?
Not a clue.
Is that my old stuff from the house?
could you get that gag out of your mouth?
It fell off.
You know, you double-crossed me, Roxy. You told me you had cash stashed in that old house of yours.
Yeah, I did. Didn't you find it?
You know I didn't.
Hey, don't look at me like that.
You're in no position to tell me how to look.
Are you gonna kill me?
Not yet. First, I'm gonna thank you for giving me something I've wanted for a long, long time.
Yeah, what was that? What are you doing? Allison, what are you doing?
I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to see you.
Oh!